Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Thru Eyes. Tonight's episode is going to be about Man with the Iron Fist. Be reviewing that tonight. Heads up, here's your spoiler alert. If you make it to this point in the video, turn back now if you haven't seen the movie and you hate spoilers. If you don't care, then feel free to proceed. Keep watching. Where do I start? This movie was overall pleasantly surprising to me. It throws you off at first. It makes you think it's another really random, overly exaggerated action movie, because there's fight, plot scene, fight, plot scene, fight, plot scene, fight, backstory. And the way it was pulled off, it actually works for a film like this. Once again, spoiler alerts, I'm going into the plot details now, so heads up again. But moving into it, the overall plot is that there are different clans. The Lion Clan being the strongest one, I'm assuming. And Gold Lion, who's the leader of the Lion Clan, gets killed. And his Lieutenant Silver Lion takes over because he starts war everywhere and whatnot. And his son, X-Blade, is supposed to come back and avenge his father's death. That's fine. That's awesome. Now, where this film piques my curiosity, personally, is when you see the blacksmith at the beginning. He's going straight into building weapons for the Wolf Clan and weapons for the Lion Clan. And that's fine. It's just curious of how did this guy wind up doing this. And it's not till about the middle of the movie where you get to see his backstory. Now, the blacksmith's backstory is a little bit predictable. I'm sorry, for this time period that the film is set in. Yes, he started off as a slave with his mother. Their master on his deathbed filled out the freedom papers and whatnot, and he was free. Got into a skirmish with two other guys, ran off, got found by monks, practiced with the monks for a while, became a blacksmith. I think that's actually an interesting story. I like how it progressed and how it seemed to have an impact on his character development throughout the movie. It's when you see his backstory that sets him up for the rest of the movie, in my opinion. Moving on to cast, I guess, or character things. In the trailer, I saw Dave Bautista was going to be in the movie. It threw me off at first. I thought it was gonna suck hardcore, and turned out it was actually pretty cool. Dave Bautista plays Bronze Body, and yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't have any complaints about his character except one, and that is the fact that a couple of his lines were a little bit overly cheesy. Even for a movie like this, it has a very Tarantino-esque feel to it with the exaggeration of blood squirting everywhere. But Bautista has two lines in this movie. One, when he's about to kill when he's supposedly about to kill X-Blade, he's like, "X-Blade, you're a dead man." It over-exaggerates his point of he's supposed to kill this guy. The movie could go without it. Nothing would be lost there, honestly. Another point is when we find out he is from the Tiger Clan, which is said to be extinct in the film. And his line is, "They are extinct, I killed them." Now, I understand it. That's fine. Again, this is my opinion. If you disagree, comment below. Post a response video if you want to. But that line, it's a great line, but on the same note, it's a little bit of a conundrum. It's like, the meaning of extinct is completely gone and or destroyed. Last time I checked, dinosaurs are extinct. They're not around anymore. At all. You don't see dinosaurs today. So you can truly say dinosaurs are extinct. Now when it comes to this, the way he put the line, he's from the Tiger Clan, right? Right. Tiger Clan is extinct, right? Wrong, seeing he's the last one left, seeing he killed the rest of them. So that kind of set odd with me. It's part of my various English professors and teachers' fault, so I'm sorry for that. Moving forward, Russell Crowe. Before I go into his character description, Every time I hear Russell Crowe's name, I see him in one of two films. The first films I've ever saw him in, Gladiator and Virtuosity with Denzel Washington back in the 90s, early 90s. And he's a great actor. So he portrays Jackknife in the film. And all I have to say is major props to Russell Crowe. He is hands down a total pimp in this movie. I mean, he goes into the brothel there, Pink Blossom, owned by Lucy Liu. He walks up to her, he's like, I want 3 of your finest girls. Lucy Liu's like, only 3. He's like, just to start, I don't want to seem greedy. So he picks 2 girls, goes to a girl with a customer, takes her from that customer, kills the other customer. A couple scenes later, you see him in his room with, let's see, the girl hanging up, the girl on the bed, the girl in front of the girl hanging up, the girl in the tub, the girl in the back, and one that's off screen. About 5 or 6 different girls in his room. You really can't get more boss than that. That's just, Russell Crowe's a pimp, hands down. I have to give him his props on that. Overall, his character development, I enjoyed it. He seemed to have a little bit of a disguise thing going. His disguises were random, but fitting for that time. They weren't overly done, and they weren't super obvious. You had to really get a close-up or wait for him to take off his scarf or lift his head to see that it's actually Russell Crowe. So I think that was actually a good key thing they did with Jackknife. Now, when it comes to Lucy Liu, I felt like she could have had more of a role in it. I mean, don't get me wrong, I loved her character development in the movie. I enjoyed her fighting in the last fight scene. However, I would have loved to see her fight more throughout the film. I mean, Lucy Liu is such a great actress, and again, this has that Kill Bill-esque feel to it. So I would have loved to see Lucy Liu do more, or snap a couple times like she did in Kill Bill and just rip somebody's head off for no reason, just because they annoyed her by saying one thing. Raza, great performance. I like his performance as the blacksmith. He really did fit that role. Did some research on the movie. That role, he wrote it kind of for himself, so I think that really fit him. He wrote that well. Well played, kudos. Now, when it comes to the Iron Fist, I love the fact that they were chi-powered. You know, from his training with the monks, they said that chi could, if channeling your chi the right way, you could bring life to inanimate objects, and that's great. Now, you see the Iron Fist come into play around the end of the middle, beginning of the end of the movie, which is fine. They got that screen time. They were great, taking nothing away from it. However, I would have loved to see that happen earlier in the movie, just to see, or more like a realistic scale to me of how, if it happened in the beginning of the movie when he gets the Iron Fist, then how long it would take him to adapt to when he would use them at the end of the beginning of the end of the movie. I think that would have been a great progression. I think the Iron Fist themselves deserved a lot more screen time, seeing it's kind of the title of the movie. But that aside, overall, I highly recommend this film. Again, I wanted to see it in the theaters, didn't. Downloaded it last night, loved it. Probably gonna watch it again after I'm done with this video. And yeah, I'll give it a solid 4 out of 5 for that. Stay tuned, subscribe, comment below, comment and like us on Facebook. There will be a link in the description. Let me know what movie you guys would want me to review, or if you have your own opinions about this review or the movie itself. Feel free to comment, hit me up. I will gladly respond. And thanks for tuning in. Pleasure as always.